Today, we're excited to get in and talk about the Japanese concept of Ikigai.
Ikigai is fascinating and something that if you're like, okay, I've loved this topic of passion and purpose, but I need more structure, this minisode is for you.
We're talking leadership this week, and one of the organizations we are so proud to be at the helm of is the Neuroencoding Institute.
We got to co-found the Neuroencoding Institute alongside Dr. Joseph McClendon III, amazing world-renowned neuropsychologist and incredible mentor and teacher. If you're at all interested in learning more about what the Neuroencoding Institute does and what it can do for you, please visit neuroencoding.com.
You're enjoying this episode on Angel Phoenix Productions Podcast Network. To explore a complete lineup of quality programs and media production services, head on over to angelphoenix.com or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Angel Phoenix Productions.
Well, today we're talking about the Japanese concept of Ikigai. And my first exposure to this concept was from a book by Ken Mogi. It's called Awakening Your Ikigai. And it was interesting when I very first read the book, I had this moment of like, wow, this is something from a completely different culture, but it feels so much like modern, what I would consider American personal growth and development, that it's cool to know that other cultures have got something like this at play.
I think it demonstrates that natural human tendency to want to question the unknown, to explore the depths of the soul of our humanity, of find out what those limits are or the unlimited possibilities of human expansion, philosophy, technology, advancement, compassion, those kinds of things emerge in every culture. And so to see the structure that has emerged around this idea of what is the purpose of life, why are we here, what is being a human all about, this is an amazing way to add some structure. So we're going to think about this in first. They start to intersect in really crazy ways, but we're going to describe them to you as simply as we can. It starts with 4 main circles, and the 4 circles consist of what do you love? What does the world need? What can you get paid for? And what are you good at?
So Ikigai, when we look at the word itself, the meaning of Ikigai is life purpose of bliss. Now, the word Iki in Japanese means life, and Gai means value or worth. So the very worth of your life is at stake here when we talk about Ikigai. Now, a lot of people talk about it as the convergence of these 4 areas of life that Shyla just mentioned: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, what you can get paid for. And when we're working within Ikigai, I think this is where a lot of people say, I'm living life on purpose. Or when folks very well-intentioned say, find your passion and you'll never work a day in your life, I think what they really are talking about is find your Ikigai, and it gets a lot easier to do the work even when the work is hard.
Because Ikigai is that middle cross section of all 4 circles. But what's interesting is that each of the circles touches other circles if we're imagining this like a Venn diagram. So imagine the cross section of what you're good at and what you love. What results from that cross section is our passion. So this gives us even a little bit more structure and ability to define and understand something like passion that we've been talking about all week. When we can find the intersection of what you love and what you're good at, that's something that you're passionate about. Now let's look at the other intersection for that circle, what you love and what the world needs. Now the cross section here is our mission, right? Something that's deeper than that uncontrollable emotion of I wildly love this. It's that mission. We're almost getting to that purpose piece, right? Purpose or mission, like what the world needs and what you're good at. That cross section is that mission. So now we're getting these dimensions here of purpose and passion and possibility that hopefully all converge in that Ikigai in the middle.
So let's extend that down a little bit further from that what the world needs, right? We have our mission and our purpose kind of coming out of what you love and what the world needs and how you serve. This is where we find a lot of people, look, I love serving children, or I love serving women, right? So we find people in their volunteer work a lot of times in this space. Then
and the world needs that.
The world does need that. So then we look at what the world needs, and then the cross section of what the world needs and what you can get paid for. Now we're looking at vocational services. services, right? The world needs people to attend the car wash, or the car wash does not function. You can get paid for being a car wash attendant. Boom, shocky locky, you've got a vocation. So this is where I think a lot of us get trapped in thinking that we've got it when we're making money for the services that the world needs, but we aren't incorporating some of these other factors. I think this is where we see burnout come into play and a lot of people not finding passion within their workplaces.
Right. What the world needs and what you can get paid for being that vocation. These are industries, right? These are the industries that come out, and you can get paid for a lot of things and the world needs a lot of things. So there's a lot of vocations available to us. But now let's look at where that last cross section of circles is, what you can be paid for and what you're good at. This is hopefully where your profession is landing, right? So now we've got that cross section here of what industry, what vocation did you select, and then what profession. Are you in the healthcare industry and you're a surgeon? You're a healthcare industry and you're a janitor. You're a healthcare industry and you're a nurse. So there's all kinds of different ways that can express. So now we see that the way that these four circles and arenas interact give us the passion, the mission or purpose, the vocation, and the profession. So any one of those is going to be better than just living in one circle. But of course, our sweet spot is finding all four of those right in the middle. That's that Ikigai. That's that umami. That's that fulfillment piece we've been talking about all week. And hopefully that's given you a better understanding of how you can search for it in your own life.
This podcast was a production of Angel Phoenix Productions. Explore more episodes of this show or other great shows on the Angel Phoenix Podcast Network by visiting angelphoenix.com. The views expressed in this show do not necessarily represent those of Angel Phoenix Productions or its advertisers, and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.